Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. Another episode of Elements of the Unknown. I am your co-host, Jason McGray, and I'm here with...
Justin Hugh.
Man, every time I say it now, Elements of the Unknown. We need to find a narrator that's maybe like David Attenborough. Can we hire him? Or like Morgan Freeman or somebody to just give us a little voiceover of Elements of the Unknown.
I mean, I'm sure we could as long as we sell some merch.
What? Actually, with the AI becoming more and more smart and stuff, maybe we could get an Alfred Hitchcock doing Elements of the Unknown.
Alfred Hitchcock
doing Elements of the Unknown. Man, we will save AI for another night because that is a deep dive. I sent you a video. Anyways, we'll talk about AI another time because that stuff's crazy. We're going to talk about some UFOs.
Aliens, man.
UFOs, aliens.
We're gonna get into some aliens, man.
Yeah, it's funny because it's a topic that I stayed away from. As we know, we've talked previously in the last few episodes a lot about ghosts and a background of where we came from of ghosts. And there was a time where it was very much... It's the only thing I focused on. I didn't put any stock into aliens, UFOs, cryptids, any kind of high strangeness of anything else. I didn't really put any kind of... I wasn't open-minded to it. I was kind of closed off to just ghosts. And then I read something somewhere that said, if there's ghosts, why couldn't there be other things?
Yeah.
If you believe in ghosts, why don't you believe in Bigfoot?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how can you believe in one and not the other? It's like asking somebody of Christian belief to believe in God, but they don't believe in the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Like that he exists.
No, I totally get what you're saying.
You can't have one without the other.
Exactly.
So, aliens. It's something I started opening my mind up to. I started doing a lot of different readings on. And I feel like I'm still a newborn baby to it. So it's something...
It's in depth, dude.
I want to talk about. It's something I want to explore, and it's something I want to experience more of, and I will definitely be deep diving on some stuff in the near future about all of that stuff.
If I could be quite honest with you, aliens scare the shit out of me more than the thought of ghosts.
Why?
Dude, the fact that it's not even how they're portrayed in movies. It's if you do your research, and because of the fact that there's been files now that have been declassified, if you can find them and you read them,
there's tons of declassified.
It scares the shit out of me, the fact that their technology is so much more advanced than ours, because compared to, ultra-terrestrials and extraterrestrials, we are so young. And...
Sorry, the dog's interrupting us. He's definitely looking at something in the house. Anyways, continue with the aliens.
Who knows?
He's good.
Okay.
The technology
is so far advanced past ours that we don't know what their intentions are, what they're capable of, or what they even want.
I'm telling you, man, if we keep shooting things out of the sky,
we're just pissing them off.
Their intentions are not going to be good.
Have you seen Independence Day?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to think that, what would be the reasoning? Why would, if you're the government from whatever country, and something foreign is in your air that you believe is not of this planet, and your order is to shoot it down because it's in your airspace, do you think that those beings in that unidentified object, not of this earth, do you think that they understand countries in our planet with airspace to countries? And
well, I can't really say of course not, because we don't know.
We don't know, of course, obviously, but that's the things I think about. It's like, okay, the U.S. shoots down an object, and they didn't know what it was, so they shot it down because it was in our airspace. They don't know that they're in United States airspace. They're under the assumption that they're in the planet Earth's airspace. Yeah. So maybe they don't have any knowledge of our borders. So, but it's hostile. So they, okay, well, if I go to that side,
war, no matter what language you speak.
Yeah. So if I go to this side of the planet, I'm going to get shot down. That's not cool. What's going to happen when we shoot them down? I've seen reports, these are all like reports, allegedly, information. I don't know if they're facts. It's just stuff that I've read. I've read that the International Space Station, the cameras have seen like a brigade of like over 150 objects heading towards Earth.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And they're talking about it's going to land in March of 2023.
And see, and that's what scares the crap out of me.
And I'm like, is this because they shot some stuff down?
Why? What else would it be?
I don't know. Was it a scout? You know what I mean? They sent a scout ship to see what happens, and now this army comes here? Or is it just a bunch of meteorite rocks heading towards us?
There's that.
Right? Or is it Project Bluebeam? Are they trying to distract us? Keep looking in the
Distraction
sky.
Noodle.
Yeah, keep looking in the sky so you're not paying attention to what's happening on the ground.
Yeah.
Because I've seen all kinds of reports, man. I seen something about an object close to the sun siphoning the plasma from the sun.
I have actually. That was a picture that I had seen on Reddit. I'm huge into Reddit, and you can get a lot more reading from Reddit than you can from the normal Google search or the normal Yahoo search. Reddit, I find, has been a lot more raw with their material. Not a lot of people... people get hated on for edited photos. They would rather see the raw. They would rather see, the actual photo of what you actually have, not an edited photo. Because if you just want to see edited, go to TikTok, go to Google, go to YouTube. You know what I mean?
Yeah, following all these UFO sites I started following, I see tons and tons of video and pictures, and every single thing I look at, I go, that's fake. That's fake.
Yeah.
It's not real. It looks like computer generated. It looks fake. It looks edited.
There's a couple groups that I'm on.
I only ever see once in a blue moon. I'll see footage of something and I'll go, okay, that's cool. I don't know what that is. That looks real. What is that?
And you can tell the second you look at it, right?
Pretty much.
So, the thing is, back to what I was saying about their technology, instead of shooting them down, why not try to make some sort of contact with them? Maybe we could share technology. Hey, we have this. Maybe you don't. You have that. Maybe we don't. Work together in unicism. You know what I mean? Like, why not come together?
Let's offer them ice cream instead of missiles and see if they like ice cream.
Everybody likes ice cream.
Mostly.
I mean, I'm lactose intolerant. I love ice cream. I like to live on the wild side.
You can get lactose-free ice cream.
Yeah, boring. I'd rather eat sand. But yeah, man, like, why not get in contact with these guys or make some sort of truce instead of sitting there and going, "Oh my God, bang bang." It's like the government is like afraid of what their intentions are. You don't know what their intentions are. Try to make contact first. Actually,
maybe they've already been in contact.
That's just it. We don't know.
So I seen an article showing in ancient times, ancient Mayan and ancient Egyptian had pictures like inscribed into stone and stuff of humans interacting with what we believed or what historians believed are them interacting with gods.
Yep.
And some people are now saying, are those things, was that a race of aliens that had visited this place and they've left and now they're coming back? They were here, they were revered as gods because their technology was so advanced and we were so primitive at that time, and they left and said, we have to leave. Maybe they're leaving because we're not advanced enough. We'll come back in X amount of years to see how you've progressed.
Yeah.
And maybe now they've come back and we're shooting them out of the sky. Boom. But I mean, like, there's tons of theories, right? I've heard the theory that aliens and UFOs are not extraterrestrial.
Okay.
They are ourselves visiting from the future.
Okay. Yeah, I have heard that theory.
That we are found a way to time travel in the future and we come back and view through UFOs or whatever. Mm-hmm. There's theories of UFOs not being from outer space, that they're from another dimension.
Yep. I was actually going to say that.
Ultra-terrestrials as opposed to extraterrestrials. Yep. John Keel believed that very much. John Keel did a lot of investigation on ultra-terrestrials, sightings, and cases of like that, and including the Men in Black and stuff about aliens and where they came from and if they're from a different dimension and all the weirdness that you can find with them. There is so many theories about UFOs and UAPs, aliens. It's crazy. I only ever had one experience. Years ago, I was driving and I've tried to explain it to myself, and I think I may have an understanding of an explanation that could be explainable.
Okay.
As I was driving at night, I saw a green light, but the green light didn't come from above shooting down like a meteorite would. You know how, like, if you see a meteorite burn out in the atmosphere, it just kind of like takes this diagonal trajectory or whatever, or straight down. It's like it's there for like a half a second and it burns out and it's gone. The light I saw went the opposite direction.
Down to up?
Yeah, it went from down and it went up. It went straight up. But I didn't see it any time before that. I just saw the green light. It just was there and it just went straight up and then it disappeared. And I was like, I don't know what that was. I have no idea what that was. My only explanation that I can think of is perspective.
Okay.
Let me explain. If a meteorite was coming in line directly with eyesight of where I am towards me,
yep,
coming into the atmosphere, it may look like it was going up as opposed to down, because it's heading almost kind of towards me in the atmosphere.
Yes.
That's the only thing I can think of.
It's your brain trying to make sense of what it's trying to see.
It was so far away that my brain couldn't make sense of that.
Yeah.
It looked like there was a dot that went up, but I can't explain it unless my eyesight was like, it's weird. It's really weird.
Yeah.
That's the only time I've ever experienced anything. I have gone night sky watching a ton. I've seen Starlink. I've seen all kinds of like planets and stars and stuff, and take photos and try to capture stuff.
Dude, at nighttime I'm looking more up than I am looking forward.
Oh yeah, you got to. There's so much cool stuff. Space is so cool.
It's limitless.
Yeah.
So the thing with space is never ending. And my thing is, and I say this all the time, space is never ending. And to think if we're the best the universe has to offer, we're in trouble, dude.
Maybe.
You know?
Maybe. Who knows?
I do have one experience.
Okay. I've never heard this experience, so I can't wait.
I locked it away because it absolutely terrified me.
Where did you lock it?
In a box.
In a storage locker?
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot the combination.
Oh, shoot.
So, I will say, it got unlocked when I was listening to a podcast about the same topic, and it hit me like a ton of bricks, and I got super emotional. It was one of those times when I texted you, and I said, dude, I just listened to an episode, and I got super emotional. Well, this is the one.
Okay.
I had to be anywhere. I can't say the specific age, so I'm going to say anywhere between 10 and 12 because it was a young age. Back in those days, it was okay for the parents to leave their kids home alone while they were close by.
Yep.
So my parents used to go to a couple different neighbors' houses to drink. If it wasn't our house, it was another neighbor, whether it be another house down or just across the street.
Yeah, you knew where they were.
I knew where they were. So it was fine. My parents, they bought me a telescope because my cousin, he was into astronomy, big time. He was just a couple years older than me, and he had a big telescope. So I kept on asking him, you know, I want a telescope. And I would look around at nighttime, and that's what I would do to occupy myself. My sister would be in her room. I'd be in my room. And every weekend they would go, and they would go have a drink or two, whatever, at a friend's house.
They go socialize, yeah.
Yeah. So this particular night, I wasn't looking through the telescope. I'm sitting there watching TV, and to the left was the big living room window. And I don't know, man, something told me to get up and go look out this window. And I ignored it. And I was just watching TV because it was a very uneasy feeling. I'm getting emotional just thinking about it.
All right. Yeah.
Finally, I gave in to this sense. It was like it drew me to the window. So I turned the TV off, put the remote down, got up, walked over to the window, and I just started looking outside. I looked across the street. Okay, I see my parents. And I'm looking down the street, and I look up, and I'm looking back across the street. Now, how my street works, it's a crescent. Where my house faces is another row of houses across the street from it, and there's a big open field behind it. And I can kind of see the open field in behind the houses. And I'm looking at the field, and I see this light. It's going from right to left, to right to left, to almost like a metronome.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Left, right, left, right. And I'm watching it, and it's almost like it's drawing me in. Like I'm so focused on this light. And I'm like, what the hell is that? And I turn back around, and I go to sit back down and to watch TV, and I stopped. And I'm like, but wait, where's that coming from? I go back to the window, and I look up. And I see this silhouette of something up in the sky with this ring of lights on top and another ring of lights on the bottom, but going back and forth. The lights at the bottom were projecting onto the ground, going back and forth, back and forth. And I remember I stared at it for like a good 5-10 minutes. And it's almost like whatever I was looking at finally noticed that I caught a look at it, whatever it was. And the lights on the ground stopped. It went right a few feet, and then took off left and up, gone. What I thought was a few minutes was 2 hours. I was standing there for 2 hours. Now, at 10 to 12 years old, how do I know that? Because when I was looking at the TV, there was one show on. And it was about 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock the show would come on. I think it was Home Improvement or something like that.
Uh-huh.
When I was done, and I walked away from the window, my parents were walking across the street. My parents came in and they said, "What are you doing up? It's past midnight." 4 hours had passed by.
That's crazy.
Dude, this thing drew me in. And without me even realizing, I was staring up at this thing.
So loss of time?
I lost time.
Did you have any... did anything in high strangeness happen afterwards, after the sighting?
Nightmares.
You had nightmares?
Nightmares for weeks.
Okay.
For weeks. I slept... I'd have broken sleep. Yeah. Because I always remembered I'd wake up in the morning and always complaining that I was tired because I had nightmares the night before. And I remember, and my parents could tell you, that I would wake up in the middle of the night from a nightmare, just dripping in sweat, and running into their room and cuddling up beside them.
Did you tell your parents what you saw?
No.
No, you just said what was your excuse for being up?
I wasn't tired. I was waiting for them.
You were waiting for them.
I was waiting for them. I didn't know what to say. What do I say?
I saw aliens.
I was in shock.
I saw aliens. Ma, there was aliens. Get to bed.
I don't want to paint the picture of my dad being a bad person.
No.
But my dad is very old school.
Close-minded to that situation.
Very close-minded. Yeah, so if
I
told him that, he would just yell at me, ground me, and send me to my room.
Fair.
Get
to bed, kid.
I got grounded enough. I was an asshole as a kid, all right? I didn't want to get sent to my room.
Just as a kid?
Just shut up, okay? I do my best. That's
crazy, though. That's... No,
yeah, dude.
No, it's not... It's not crazy. It's extremely interesting that you had that experience.
That was the only one.
It's the only one you've had. You just know about nightmares afterwards. You lost time during the sighting.
Mm-hmm.
Those are common things that happen. There's other stuff that a lot of people claim happen after a sighting too. That's why I was asking if there was any kind of high strangeness. Do you think you'll ever see something like that again? Do you want to? You want to?
I do. It's much like ghosts. I had one in, like, serious encounter, not serious, but little shadow thing, and it got me really interested. This thing got me, and I'm always looking up in the sky at nighttime when I'm going outside at night before bed. I'm always looking up at the stars to see if I can see anything out of the ordinary. And of course, I'm gonna see like shooting stars and planes, but I'm looking for that one star that's moving in that weird way. Mm-hmm. And I'm hoping that it's something. I'm hoping to make contact with them one day.
I have heard of multiple times people that chase UFOs or people that claim to be experts towards this.
Mm-hmm. I would love to talk to one.
Yeah, absolutely. That they can have a psychic link, and that I can't remember the guy's name. I'd have to find it again. The guy said when he goes outside, he just has to think about a UFO and ask it to come visit him, and it will.
Dude, that's crazy.
That he'll just keep saying in his mind, "I want to see."
Did he have an experience before or something like that?
Where he must have experience. Yeah, apparently he has tons of documented. I've seen videos of like his stuff that he's called in.
So I wonder if maybe he made one made contact with him, and after that he had some sort of connection.
Well, yeah, you never know, right?
Like a direct line, like ring ring, hello.
It's one of those questions of like I don't know how it works, so. Is that one possible way of how it works? If you go outside and keep having the intentions of seeing something, will something happen? If you keep asking for something to come see you, that you
manifesting.
Yeah, you're manifesting it, and is it able to sense that and come to you? I had somebody else tell me that they were looking in the sky and they saw something, and I remember because after I had done the research, and they told me that they were looking up. I'm looking up right now in the sky and I'm seeing something. I remember saying to them, start thinking and asking it to come see you.
Okay.
And I just wanted to like have that mini experiment of if that person did that, would what they're seeing come closer?
Dude, I kind of want to try that.
Right? They never told me that it did, so I don't know if it worked or if they even tried it.
I mean, I've got to be honest with you. If I seen the exact same layout of the, I mean, are there crafts like cars? Do they come out with new models every year or something like that? Will it have the same flashing lights?
That's a great question.
You know,
a fantastic question. I don't know.
Do they have J bodies?
Do they have X-wings? Like, are they from a galaxy far, far away? I don't know.
Is Jabba the Hutt real?
Yeah, he's something. So, yeah. So we've had a couple. You've had experience. I had a small experience. There's places to go around that we can keep going, looking. It's definitely something I want to dive on. It's even more so. I'm very, very interested in hearing more people's accounts. So, if anybody listening has a story or an experience or anything,
I'd love to hear it. We'd love to hear it.
I want to hear it. I will. If you're close enough, I'll come to you.
Yeah.
And we'll record your experience if you're willing, or you could just write us and we'll just
email it in, and we'll, if you want us to tell the story for you, we will.
Anything. There's so much in this topic that I want to explore, to the point that I intend on going this summer. My intention is to go to Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
That's crazy, dude.
Also the home of famously known Mothman, but it is also connected to a lot of UFO and sightings. And in that area, I want to go and experience and see if I can see anything.
Yeah.
Or if I can just go and hear people's experiences.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. I have so many books that I have started recently purchasing to do with aliens and extraterrestrials, ultra-terrestrials, all of that stuff. I believe I don't have not even a fraction of the knowledge that's out there to be learned, and
there's so much though,
and I'm constantly trying to figure out more about the topic.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's such a wide topic, and there's so much out there that if you and I both went away somewhere and found some sort of group of people with the expertise, we would learn so much from them. And that's just it, is we need to connect to other people with the experience so we can learn more of this.
Well, I'm sure this is a topic that we are going to hit a lot. UFOs, extraterrestrials, ultra-terrestrials, aliens, sightings. We're going to hit this a lot because it's a very big part of the unknown. Man, who knows? Maybe even Bigfoot's an alien. But
whoa,
we'll talk about that on another episode. And as always, go to our social media pages, go to our email. You know where they are. I'll put all the links inside the show notes. Like, subscribe, follow, share, buy our merch if you can. Please buy our merch. I want to see somebody wearing our t-shirt out in public.
That would be so cool.
But yeah, until then, we are going to sign off. Until the next episode, who knows what we're going to dive into next week. Till then, stay spooky.
Stay weird.